Hi, this is Antonia Lavender with Vista Sotheby's International Real Estate. And I'm here today to talk with you about trusts. I have invited Daniel Cooper from TLD Law to speak with us about trust because last week I had a client who was looking at a house in Palos Verdes and the home is in probate. And when my buyer learned that he could not close on the property until November, well, it was a deal that was off the table. So I'd like to ask a few questions of Daniel. How are you doing today?
I'm great. Good to see you, Antonia. Yeah, happy to help.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So why is having a trust so important?
It's really important because it's simple and easy, and it can protect your property so that your heirs get it, and avoids probate. And so what that means is it's a legal vehicle to transfer the property so that your beneficiaries get it. And instead of having your beneficiaries, the folks you want to have, inherit your property, pay $20,000 when you pass away or $25,000, you spend a fraction of that to set up a trust right out of the get-go and avoid those fees that are inevitable that come with probate.
So when should someone consider creating a trust?
I think anyone who owns property or has any assets of any substance whatsoever should consider setting up a trust. But I think the basic starting point is if you own property. If you own a house, you own a condo, you own a townhome. And the reason for that is a lot of people think because they own their property in joint tenancy that they're protected because we're a community property state, but that's not the case. Even a young people, if God forbid something were to happen to them and they passed away at the same time, their property would end up getting probated. And so if it's in a trust, that can protect them. It's very important.
Wow. It's really impressive. I did actually, as a result of this, I did a little study in a neighborhood and I found that 40% of the homeowners did not have their property in a trust. They had it just in their names. So I found that to be really interesting. So how is the best way for a property owner to protect an asset, such as a family property? And would that include their investment properties as well?
Yeah, their best way to protect it is going to be through setting up a trust. It's almost essential to do if you own property. Investment properties are kind of a separate discussion because those are different tax considerations that I'd be happy to chat with at more length at another time. Okay. But a trust is going to be the best way to do it. But one thing that's really important that people, I notice folks tend to overlook is a lot of people think about a will. And I used to think, oh, I have a will, so I'm protected. What you don't realize is a will still gets probated. It's better than having nothing, but a trust is the vehicle to protect your family home or investment properties or any other real estate that you own.
Wow, that's impressive. That's very true. I think a lot of people think, well, I have a will, so I'm taken care of. And so what is the process setting up a trust? What does that look like?
It's a very simple and inexpensive and quick process. And all it involves is getting some information about the properties that the client owns and their assets, setting up a meeting to meet with our estate planning team that goes over everything, and then coming in to review everything and taking care of it that way. But it's very simple, very easy, and a quick process too.
This has been so helpful. Thank you so much, Daniel. Daniel Cooper with TLD Law, and I have the information at the end of the video. Thank you so much for taking the time to look at this video. And thank you so much, Daniel, for answering my questions. I'm really, really appreciative of you.
Of course, anytime. Thanks, Antonia, for having me.
You're welcome.